Well, hello everyone and welcome to race, race 1 of 3 tonight here at Belgium. We're ready for Spa and for our short qualifying session to begin. A reminder, it's 18 minutes long. And I can tell you the weather forecast, we start off with light cloud. It's going to change to overcast conditions. We are not expecting rain at any point during this session. And, well, it's going to be very interesting to see. 18 minutes, it's the longest lap on the calendar, and you can tell it's the longest lap because it's got the least amount of laps. 16 laps will be raced here. 44 laps are in the real life race. I don't know if it's 16 laps, it's probably somewhere around that point. I think it's 11 actually, whoopsie daisy from me. But it's an 18-minute qualifying and we've only got one car on track. There's 4 cars racing currently tonight, and it looks like it'll stay that way. We've got 2 Red Bulls and 2 Ferraris. It's going to be the battle of the teams. And Joshy Jam, story for you, he is the FIA, but they've let him race tonight. But he has said in the briefing he will not be making any decisions on that point to say that. Of course, we're going to get telemetry for you as we start this lap, and there are 2 cars out on track, and there's one about to come out, and that is the Red Bull of so there's Red Bull of Dami, and as for tips out, one Ferrari's just coming out now, and it looks like, and it is going to be Spy 200, which means Joshy Jam is the last one to leave the pit lane, and he's still in there for now. Of course, setups are allowed, so we'll have to see whether he's putting on a setup, adjusting, we'll have to find out. Honorary mention tonight for Ferrari man Kieran, who can't be here tonight. He was meant to be home at 7, and he's got a dislocated shoulder. If he can be here tonight, it'll be something. He's got a dislocated shoulder, and he's going to be racing with one hand. That's an honorary mention. He won 2 of 3 races last time out, winning round 1 and round 2. Round 3 was won by Kevin Bignell in Imola, one of his favourite tracks. But we begin now with Dami coming down the front stretch into the first corner, where we've seen moments like Fernando Alonso going over the top, and Grosjean and Hamilton, all of those into turn 1. Now we go up the famous Eau Rouge, and usually they wedge a camera in there in the first curve. That second curve, as you come up the hill on the inside of the corner, it can mess you up, it can delete lap times. We've seen it in real life. For example, Lewis Hamilton got his lap time deleted. I don't think it's going to be that strict in the game today. We'll have to find out. And we've got all cars on track now, and Joshy Jam has just come out, and Dami has just gone past. I don't know if that's not Dami. Yeah, it is Dami. I don't know if Dami's going to get a little bit of slipstream, but that might help the Red Bulls, and Joshy Jam may have given the Red Bulls an advantage he didn't want to give them already off the bat. If you're in the chat, make sure to say hi. We've already got Gregory and Damalika getting involved, and I'm very sure that one is Dami. Dami's in the car, so he can't say alt at the moment. But as for tips, just coming round sector 2, and he's about to start sector 3. Get a little bit of the curb, don't dip a wheel in the gravel. You can go through this flat out here as we go now onto the straight, and you use hot lap, but it looks like he's used overtake a little bit already. If you have overtake to use it here, because it's such a long straight. It's on the highest speed you'll get, but it's a lot higher than you'll get at some certain corners. Of course, sector 2 here is a very technical sector as we go now through the bus stop chicane, a little bit wide there through the final corner, and comes across the line. It's going to be a 1 minute 46.442, the first lap time set today. Dami is going to be the next car to come to the line, and he's already coming up to the bus stop chicane, a little bit squiggly to come through, and he looks a lot off the pace. So he's coming around the final corner again, squiggly coming out the final corner. There's going to be a gap. It's going to be almost a 2-second gap. Dami sets a 1:48.1, and there's a yellow flag as for tips goes up, but he's just going a little bit slowly, so that's all right on his part. Spy 200 is the only one still on a lap, as Dami and as for tips are on cooldown laps, and he's the first Ferrari to be on one, but his teammate Joshy Jam might just give him a slipstream here, one of the fastest parts of the circuit. Spy 200 dipping wheels in the gravel, but you can't do that, it's going to get dirt on your tyres. Now Joshy Jam, for his sake, he's on an outlap, he won't want to ruin himself, so he might brake to let Spy through. He's harvesting, and he's done exactly as I've said. And he's moved to the inside, and he's going to slow down a lot to generate a gap. Oh, and Spy nearly spun coming around the final corner. Coming across the line. Will he be quickest? No, he won't. He'll slot himself between both Red Bulls as he sets a 147.2. And as a result, it means we can focus on Joshy Jam throughout his whole lap. And he locks up there, going into not into sector 1, into turn 1. And a really bad start to this lap now as we go up a Rouge. And it's really flat out. He's going flat out and just cuts a little bit and wide through Eau Rouge. He won't get a lap time invalidated. There's a yellow flag for Ferrari, and Dami's off the track. And Dami's stopped. You can see him on the camera there barely. Dami has stopped. Interesting stuff. Joshy Jam's still on a lap, and Dami's just got back underway. Now, and Spy 200 might help Joshy Jam out here. Spy 200 would have helped with, as for tips. Well, no, sorry. Spy 200 is wedged between As for Tips and Dami. As for Tips is now in the pit lane, and he'll probably go again. Because it starts off, this track will start off being warm, and with the overcast coming in, it'll get cooler. We'll have to find out and see if that affects lap times. Now, will Spy 200 give Joshy Jam a little bit of a slipstream? He will, but it would help if Joshy Jam was just a little bit closer. Maybe Spy 200 braked a little bit too much, but on second look it looks alright. And there's a little bit of dirt flying out into Joshy Jam and flying out again, maybe getting a bit too much on the curb. Spy 200 is going to let Joshy Jam through here, and he's got some battery. Now they always use it, they always lose it nearly around the final corner. As Spy goes into pit lane, Joshy Jam goes fastest. 146.1, and the Ferrari strategy is proving absolutely brilliantly. Joshy Jam, the FIA, you never really say it, is on provisional pole, but Dami might stop him as he's 5/10 up through sector 1 as we now enter the technical sector 2 here at Spa-Francorchamps, which hosts first race of this night. We've got 3 races coming up, and it all begins here in Belgium, and we've got the sprint, which is a 5-lap shootout, no qualifying, at Interlagos, and then we move to the final race at the Netherlands. Dami's got low fuel, as you can see, and he's probably an in-lap. He's probably aborted the lap, but it won't have helped considering he looked to be 5/10 up through sector 1 on his time, and he's only 0.02 off, and he's using overtake, and he's got barely any ERS left, so maybe he might be on a lap. It will help considering his car is a lot lighter, because he's got less fuel. We'll see what he can do as he go now into the bus stop chicane, round the final corner. Don't lose it. He looks alright through there, crosses the line. Does a Red Bull move up? It does. It's a 47.0 and is around about 9/10 off current pole sitter Joshy Jam. And Joshy Jam just coming now up to the bus stop chicane. I wouldn't be surprised if he pits as Dami moves to the side through sector 1. That's why the yellow flag is out. 2 cars on an outlap, and that's Spy 200. And as for tips, as Joshy Jam does come into the pit lane. Now, Spy 200 and as for tips have already done a lap. Spy 200 got some slipstream off of Joshy Jam first time round. It must have messed it up in the earlier parts of the lap, or he could have been not that close to Joshy Jam. But if you look at it, Joshy Jam, if he had a good lap to start off with, he must have had a good all-round lap. But that slipstream he gets through sector 3, maybe the Red Bulls need to replicate that. But as of right now, the Red Bulls are on completely different strategies, and they're on different parts of the track. If you look, as for tips, he's on an outlap, just coming now through sector 3. Dami's just started sector 2. If they need to employ the same strategy, they've got just under half of this session to do so. There's still time, but just get on with it. As for tips, starts his lap and he's on a fresh set of softs, and the battery is at 92 as we begin a hot lap here. round. Spa-Francorchamps a little bit squiggly coming out of turn 1, and you can tell he's using that controller as he dips to the left and to the right. Now as we go through Eau Rouge, get a little bit of the curb. You could cut a little bit, as we saw with Joshy Jam on his lap, and you can go a bit wide through there without race control giving you too naughty of a telling off. As we go now at the end of sector 1, what will it be like? He's 2/10 quicker, not fastest through there, but he is quicker. Won't help though that he doesn't get a slipstream through sector 3, so this sector 2 might have to be immaculate, as now you hug that inside curb and accelerate through the middle part of the corner, and then a little bit of a break but accelerate. Lovely stuff, nearly losing it in the gravel there. I wouldn't be surprised if he got any of his tyres, but it looks like he's fine. Try go flat out, but good stuff from him. He's using half that throttle. Some drivers would just go to brake and then use full throttle, which might be slower as Dami, his teammate, goes into the pit lane. And I believe the reason he was slow is because he was on low fuel mode, which certainly doesn't help you. But now, as for Tips, he's 4/10 quicker through sector 2. I said he needed an immaculate sector 2. He has. He's got the fastest sector 2 of them all. As now we go through sector 3, you gotta lose that controller method of just turning every 10th, because you can't just go left, right. That's going to lose some time in the process. As we now go through the bus stop chicane, round the final corner, it looks a little bit squiggly, didn't use all that final curb, but he set a very quick lap, 9/10 quicker than his best, and it's 7/10 quicker than Joshy Jam, and even without the slipstream, it looks to be immaculate. 45.4 for as for Tips, as he's on hot lap, but I believe he's just going to make his way back to the pit lane. There's 5 minutes left, and Spy 200 goes to the top with a 45.1. And maybe Joshy Jam did give him a little slipstream, but that is very good, and Joshy Jam has just made it into pit lane, so I believe he must have given him a little bit of a slipstream, as Dami comes out of the pit lane now on his outlap. But Spy 200 currently on provisional pole on what we thought, but as for Tips to be pole position at most, well, he's been pushed down to P2. Spy 200, the Ferrari, takes the first step here this evening. And of course, this is not the end of qualifying. We've still got 5 minutes to go until we know who starts on pole position for our 25% race around Spa-Francorchamps, one of the longest, if not the longest, on the calendar of Spy. Going very wide through that corner. There's a yellow flag, but he is, of course, going to let As for Tips through. The last time I checked, that's not As for Tips, that's Dami, apologies. I was about to say As for Tips is probably on his way back to the grid, and yes he is, considering he's 5.3 seconds off his time, and he's going wide wherever he goes, and he's going on half throttle as well. If there's 4 minutes to go, an outlap here is a long time, it's about 2 minutes, so you can afford probably a minute here in the pit lane. So, still got to be quick as that. Ooh, that entrance was very, very interesting. I'm very certain he's one of those who doesn't have the racing line on, as Spy 200 goes into sector 2 and 3. Now he doesn't have that much fuel, he has 1.5 on, so unless he wants to go for a lap quickly, he could. And it looks like he might. Spy 200 could do a Dami. Dami did a lap with barely any fuel. I think he should do the same. And he's got a car in front, is the Red Bull here, so he could get a slipstream, and he is going to go a lap. Here we go then. It's a lap that begins for Spy 200. But one thing I noticed that Spy 200 didn't do, you get a certain amount of ERS allocated per lap that you can use, but it helps because on hot lap mode you don't finish with 0%, you finish with about 20-30% around here. You can use some of that on the exit of the final corner, I've found, to improve straight line speed on the run up to turn 1. So maybe if you use that, anyone could go quicker, but Spy 200 through the first sector is 0.07 off, and he's aborted the lap, and rightfully so, and that will be the last lap for him, because there's no way he's getting back to the pit lane that quickly. and there's no cars behind him, so he should be fine. Joshy Jam, though, just beginning his lap. As Dammy, we can switch to now, as he comes around Sector 2, and we'll see what he's like. That yellow flag is for the Ferrari, so no need to worry about that. No one's in that vicinity. As Dammy, we'll see what he's like through Sector 2 on the straight after this corner. Oh, that's a lovely line. Good acceleration. He's 6/10 quicker, but it's not the fastest. 6/10 quicker. He's looking at a 46.4, which would keep him in 4th, 3/10 off Joshy Jam. And it won't help that he doesn't get a slipstream through this. The Red Bull, though, of As for Tips is on an outlap. He's getting a slipstream from a Ferrari in front, which we'll go to in a moment. It's Joshy Jam there. Dammy now through the final corner. What's it going to be? Because these are definitely the final laps. They're not that well timed. Coming across the line, it's a 46.4, and it will not improve his position. Dammy will start P4 definitely for this Grand Prix. As we skip forward now to Joshy Jam, who's 6/10 up through Sector 1. As he comes through Sector 2, it might help him a little bit here. But the thing is, he might want to pull away from this Red Bull. In the process, there's a big gap. But if you look on the map, it looks really close. But nevertheless, it's looking okay. As we go through Sector 2, he's 1.1 seconds quicker, and as it currently stands, he'll be on pole position by 1/10, and he's getting a slipstream from his teammate, who'll move out the way. That's a great slipstream. Maybe he should have been there for a little bit longer, but it'll help him just that bit. And he's used all of his deploy. Joshy Jam's used all his deploy. He used it too early. Locks up. It's going to put him on none. Round the final corner, it won't help. It'll be close. The Ferrari's close. He's on pole. No, he's not. Joshy Jam stays P2, and currently it's a Ferrari front row lockout if As for Tips doesn't do anything with it. And as for Tips, he's close to the Ferraris. If the Ferraris are on an in-lap, it will help. It will help him because he'll get the slipstream. Spy, last time I checked, did Spy pit? No, he didn't. Spy didn't pit. Spy's going to run out of fuel. Spy will run out of fuel. There's 20 seconds to go. No one except from Dammy will start a new lap unless Dammy's going to pit. I don't think he is, as there's a lot of damage to As for Tips. A lot of carbon fiber coming up. Does Dammy go into the pit lane? No, he starts one final lap around Spa-Francorchamps. And now, as for Tips comes round, there's two people that could stop Spy 200, and it's not going to be the Ferrari of... Well, Spy can't do anything because he's run out of fuel. Joshy Jam can't do anything because he's on an in-lap. Unless... No, he's not. He's not on an in-lap. Joshy Jam's not on an in-lap. As for Tips, it's the only one who can do something, and the Ferraris move out of the way before the final corner, and As for Tips has gone off in the gravel. As for Tips will not put it on pole position, and the Ferrari has spun in the background, and it's Joshy Jam who's gone off. Joshy Jam was the car who went off in the background, but it means only one man can stop him, and it's Dammy, who's 0.046 off his best time. But his best time is a 46.4, which is a second off third place. We'll have to see whether it's going to be a Red Bull P3, P4, or Dammy can do something to stop it. As it currently stands, Ferrari have got the front row locked out. But in dramatic fashion, as Joshy Jam spun on the final corner. There's also a yellow flag at that final corner. I don't know what's going on. Was there contact between Joshy Jam? There was. Joshy Jam and As for Tips have made contact going into the pit lane. The FIA member and the Red Bull driver have made contact. There's yellow flags, there's debris. Round that final corner, Dammy's gone wide. Dammy's lap is over. We know who's going to be on pole for this race. It's going to be Spy 200 out of nowhere. The man who was one of the only finishers in Imola. The man who raises the stakes, who raises the bar all of a sudden. Spy 200 is on pole here of race 1 tonight here in Belgium. Joshy Jam makes it P2 as it's a Ferrari 1-2 lockout. As for Tips and Dammy will start P3 and P4 respectively. Dammy won't be happy because he was the only car who could have done something to stop that. And here are the final results for short qualifying. Spy 200 puts it on pole position for the Scuderia Ferrari HP, and Joshy Jam only 0.079. He said it was slow, but out of nowhere he's got P2. As for Tips, 2/10 off. They thought he could have got pole, however he did go off on that final lap. That starts P3, and Dami will start P4, one of the slowest, 1.2, when we come back after this short break. Ladies and gentlemen, it's race time. It's the Austrian. It's not the Austrian, apologies. It's the Belgium Grand Prix. So here we go then, welcome to race time for the Belgium Grand Prix, race 1 of tonight. And let's go through the starting grid, starting off with the surprise. Spy 200 starts P1, and it's, hold on, I was about to go through the starting grid. It started raining here at Spa, so it's more of a quick dash to the starting grid. We'll go through the starting grid very quickly. Spy 200 starts P1 for the Ferrari. His teammate Joshy Jam starts P2, and then it's the beginning of the Red Bulls. As for Tips, he's P3, but Dami wants to get a move on, so he's in front of him on the formation lap, which I find interesting. And Dami starts P4, but you might want to give that teammate his position back to his teammate. I was about to say it's going to rain at some point here at Spa. It started raining on the formation lap. From what we know, FT Weather is telling us it's going to stay light. There's not going to be any heavy rain, but this track's going to get greasy. Will it be a pit stop at lap 1? Because you can't pit in this game in the formation lap. Will it be a pit stop at the end of lap 1? Because there's only 11 laps. And remember, if you use that intermediate tyre, you can take it to halfway. No, you can't. Even if you take it from lap 1 onwards, it will go the whole way. And Spy 200 going wide on the formation lap. But here we go. It's time for them to line up. They're all going to start on the dry tyres in greasy conditions. This will be something. Dami looks like he's overtaken the Ferrari. That parking from Joshy Jam's something. Oh no, he's corrected it. Dami's had his position reset. Joshy Jam's probably going to have his reset. No, he's not. We're fine. Here we go. DRS has been disabled. Lights out. Here we go. It's lights out and away we go. Here at Spa. The rain has come down. The DRS has been disabled. Into turn 1. Dami makes contact with Joshy Jam. Dami's lost his front wing. And the Red Bulls are side by side. And the Ferraris are almost side by side. As we make our way to a Rouge. But none of the Red Bulls will back out. Oh, this will be close. This will be close. Coming up the hill. All the Red Bulls have made its way through. Dami's find a way past us as for Tips. As the rain still coming down here. The question is, when do you make the move on to intermediates? The Ferrari trying to come across to cover off. Dami nearly goes into his own teammate and forces his own teammate wide of the chicane. What a chaotic start here, and Dami's nearly gone wide, but as for Tips, his teammate has. As we start Sector 2 here on lap 1 of 11 here at Spa. And the rain's coming down, and it's just going to make the track greasy, and it's going to make it tough to drive on. If you want to go for a fast lap, if you want to get that extra 3 points, you're going to have to go for it now. One thing we haven't also said with fastest laps is that Spy 200 is going to get 5 points. That will help him in the title race coming soon. Well, it's already on, but we don't know who's going to win it just yet. As for Tips and Joshy Jam are in striking range of both their teammates, but Dami's too far away from Joshy Jam at the moment. DRS has been disabled. It's not going to be enabled because it's too wet, unless it does at the end of this lap. I don't see it being. The track doesn't look wet. They're saying the race strategies are soft on some mediums. It's definitely not going to be like that. No one's boxing yet. The track's starting to look somewhat reflective. Both Red Bulls stay out, and as we cross the line, DRS is definitely not going to be enabled here. The rain lights are on. That's a sign of it's being wet. I don't know whether it's we can't see the track wet. I don't know, but here comes Joshy Jam for Eau Rouge, and he gets the move done before Eau Rouge. Great stuff there, but will his teammate fight back? As for Tips, he's already on the back of Dami as we come up Eau Rouge into Rodion. But here comes Dami past his teammate as for Ips. And as for Ips, he's ahead of Dami as we go into the chicane, and Joshy Jam in front of his own teammate and the pole sitter currently in P2. It's certainly, I don't know, because we can't see any of the wet. Is there that glitch where you can't see the tracks wet? And oh, Joshy Jam's gone off massively. Joshy Jam's off at the tight corner to start Sector 2, and Joshy Jam has to take P2. Lap 2 of 2, no, I said lap 2 of 2. Lap 2 of 11 here at Spa, and the Ferrari struggling here, and so spying. You can see that both drivers are starting to lose it. Is it time for Inters? I think they can afford one more lap. We'll have to see, because these are going to be the fastest laps we'll see. They're going to stay the fastest laps we can see. So whoever has the fastest lap after this lap will probably get 3 points. And oh, there's more debris coming off, but you can see there's no spray. I think we've got the glitch where you can't see the wet on the track. As you go around the final corner, Joshy Jam's going to have DRS. No one get fastest lap. There's going to be Dami. Dami's pitted. Dami goes into the pit lane. We'll keep an eye on him to see what tyre he goes on to. We'll check in a second. We'll see though if Joshy Jam can get this move done on his own teammate. He won't get it done before Rouge. Maybe up on this straight. Yes, he will. You want to stay off the curbs in the wet. Joshy Jam's saying absolutely no to that. And before we even get to the chicane, he's side by side, and Joshy Jam's ahead of Spy 200 in a race where maybe the Ferraris might battle it out for this race win, and I don't blame them. But it's really not going to help in strategy, because if they're going to box, one of them's going to have to wait if they're going to box on the same lap. Dami's gone on to the intermediates. We'll see if he can catch. Reminder, that's a 20.4 gap. We'll see what that gap is like. Has he gone too early? I think he has. Too early. It's not wet. It's not wet. I think we have got the glitch where you can't see the track that is wet. But it's raining. It's pouring. And Dami's gone on to the intermediates. Oh, and Joshy Jam with a little bit of a slide coming round the chicane. He's off into the gravel. Oh, he's off into the gravel. And oh, I think it was just the internet, because it looked like he was going to go into Spy 200, who's taken the lead. He was absolutely looked like he was going to go into the half of his own teammate, but luckily that was just an error from our side, and thank the Lord the Ferraris haven't collided there as Spy goes wide. I don't know if it's right to box, because Dami's boxed. He's still lost. He's not gained anything whatsoever. There's probably one more lap on these tyres. Well, it probably was. If you were going to start on the softs, this would probably be the point. You would pit as the driver of Joshy Jam struggling through turn 1. He's lost so much time. He's there out of DRS. He's not going to get DRS because the gap's 1.3. That was the DRS detection point. Rouge cuts a little bit of it there. Maybe track limits. So we now go down the straight. Still no DRS. And Spice 100 using the ERS as well. He's used more ERS than Joshy Jam this lap. As Joshy Jam is on the back of Spy 200 and a little bit of a drift coming through the chicane and a drift coming out of the exit of the chicane. He's really liking those drifts, but that car won't like it. Spy looked like he was going really slowly through the hairpin. That's how slow you have to be to keep the car under control. As you could see Joshy Jam trying to floor it, as a result almost spinning. You have to be gradual with the throttle here. It's tough if you're on controller. If you're on the wheel, it really helped. But you can see Joshy Jam wasn't gradual on the throttle there through such a high-speed corner, and almost he definitely went for a drift, but almost lost it. Lap 4 of 11, and Joshy Jam is in the gravel and the dirt almost every time. As it currently stands though, if they box, Joshy Jam will get affected by how close they are together, and he's in the gravel. Joshy Jam is hating these conditions right now. I think we've got the glitch where you can't see the track's wet. It's definitely wet. None of these drivers can see it. That's just making it even more interesting. Lap 4 of 11. And the question is, will Spy pit? Spy pits, Joshy Jam stays out. No, where's Joshy Jam off? Joshy Jam's off wide. And he's hit the wall. And there must be damage. There must be damage. No, there's not. Wow. And you can look how dirty that car is as the Red Bull as for tips comes in. And they're going to switch tyres for both cars, and both cars are now on the intermediates. Dammy's gained a bit, and we'll have to see if that worked. Dammy now going around the final corner, probably going into turn 1. Dammy will not be getting that position. No, he won't. Dammy boxed too early. And it's at this point where you get to see if a driver's made a mistake. It looks like Joshy Jam's struggling, and Joshy Jam looks like he's going to lose this race. He needs a miracle. If one of those guys behind him bins it, which he will do, Joshy Jam's absolutely drifting through the chicane. Not even through the chicane, through the hairpin. Onto the gravel. I don't even know where he is. This is absolutely chaotic here. Oh, I don't know. I can't even see if the track's wet. You can look on the track around the outside. You can see the raindrops are falling on the track. You just can't see what effect it's having to the track. The track, if you looked at it right now, forget about the rain coming down. If you looked at it right now, you'd be saying that's bare. That's absolutely really dry. But it's not. It's absolutely soaking. It's not very wet though. There's two types of wet in F124. You can have wet or very wet, and this one is just wet. Light rain, but it is affecting the Ferrari of Joshy Jam very badly. Started P2, he's not going to be P2 by the end of this, because if you look for as for tips, he's just making his way. All the drivers are in Sector 3 now, so he's really going to lose out. As Joshy Jam pits, and he takes out the bollard as well, and he hits the wall coming into the pit lane. We'll have to see. Spy coming around the bus stop. Spy's going to take the lead. No, is Spy in the pits? No, Spy's not in the pits. So Spy takes the lead of the Grand Prix. As for tips, will probably take third. Dammy, yes. No, Dammy won't. It'll be close, it'll be close. It will be close between this Red Bull and Ferrari. Careful where you rejoin, Joshy Jam. And the Red Bull almost cut the Ferrari off, but they're going to be really close. Yeah, and Dammy, you got to feel for him, had a really bad strategy. And now he's falling off massively. Well, maybe on the little bit of a fresher tyre you'll get on the intermediates, will Joshy Jam get past as for tips? He's got the DRS. How is he getting DRS? I just realised. Oh, it's contact. Contact was made, the Ferrari's off. As for tips, might have damage as well. Joshy Jam doesn't have a puncture, luckily. Oh, what's happening? Why is as for tips going slowly? Did As for Tips think it was his fault and he's let him through? Joshy Jam's gone very wide and he's on those intermediates, but he's let Danny right back into this. Spy 200 looks like he'll go on and win this. But right for now, the battle's on who's going to get third, who's going to get second, and maybe who's going to get fourth. We'll have to find out, because if these two make contact again, then who knows where's everyone going to finish. We've past the halfway mark of this race from lap 6 of 11. Oh, and Joshy Jam's sketchy on a straight. Now the exit here counts and he's on the gravel. Joshy Jam's going to concede the position. Oh, and the Red Bull's off. Now was that forced off by Joshy Jam? I don't know, but Dammy's still not gaining. How's Dammy not gained? He's lost a 10th, even though his teammate went off. If I was Joshy Jam, I'd be telling Joshy Jam, you've got to give As for Tips the position, because if As for Tips is going to complain that he was forced off, you might as well let him through, because you've got so long to go. That's 7 of 11. So yeah, I'd let him through. 1.4 away from Joshy Jam. But the thing is, I don't know if there's a glitch or something, because the drivers are feeling it, but they're getting DRS and the track does not look wet at all, although you can see the raindrops landing. It's not heavy rain, it's light rain. It doesn't look like light rain, but it is. You can't even see Joshy Jam in that shot. Can you see him at all during the remainder of it? No. Oh no, you might do. Yes, you can just see him in the top corner, and there he goes, he disappears again. The gap's 2 seconds. Now, Joshy Jam himself said he's not making any FIA, and there you go, DRS disabled. What's going on with the DRS? Is the track going to start looking wet now? Is it heavy raining? I don't know. The weather is causing absolute chaos here in Belgium, and that's another example of it, and there's going to be a lot to say after this, because I don't know what is going on anymore. Great racing, though, before these 4 cars were separated, and the gap has gone down by 2/10, but as for Tips did go off, he's probably going to lose some time on the straight. And we have got someone in the chat, and I believe he can see me and hear me, and he's probably not. He's probably not in the stream anymore. Lawrence wants to race, and that is Ice Cube, for anyone who didn't know. Ice Cube is a strong driver. We'll see if he is able to get in, but nevertheless, lap 8 of 11 here, and Joshy Jam's got a 3-second penalty, which puts As for Tips right in it if he stays within 3 seconds. And that might be the most exciting thing to happen for a bit. Lap 8 of 11 here at Spa-Francorchamps. And we await the victor here, which probably looks like it's going to be Spy 200 here. Currently leading the race, and currently it's Ferrari 1-2. And as it stands, the starting grid will be the finishing order. But without Joshy Jam's penalty, then yes, there will not be that finishing order. So 8 out of 11 have gone here at Spa-Francorchamps. We're on board with As for It, and as it currently stands, he has a second's advantage of Joshy Jam. Joshy Jam, of course, with the 1 second penalty. Nevertheless, we are waiting for action to continue here. Lap 9 of 11 as Spy 200 leads us on this lap. Again, the gap between Joshy Jam and him have come down by a little bit, about 3/10, 4/10 now, 5/10. interesting stuff. He must have struggled there. The gap between Az for Ips and Joshy Jam is 2.1. He can't concede another 9/10. Because if he does concede another 9/10, then he's lost the position on Joshy Jam that he might gain. Because if he doesn't gain it, then he's lost it. And that just made absolutely no sense, to say the absolute least. As we go now up Eau Rouge and into Radion. And Joshy Jam in P2. 14.7 away. It looked to be about 15 seconds a few moments ago. Now it's gone down to 14.5. If you're wondering why the track looks absolutely dry and everyone's absolutely slipping on the intermediates and it's raining, the only reason it doesn't look dry is I couldn't tell you. I believe there's a glitch in the F1 game where it doesn't show up. It doesn't show off the puddles, the standing water, and that doesn't help the drivers whatsoever. And I mean, it helps if it's on. If the drivers are seeing this or listening, and they've probably got it on, but we just haven't. As for Ips, his pit light is on. He's probably not pitting. I don't think he is pitting, as both drivers went wide, and the gap's down to 1 second as Joshy Jam and both of them have gone off. I don't know what's going on. Well, the pit light's on for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're on for all of them. As they're side by side, as we go into the bus stop chicane, they almost make contact. And we've seen this happen before with Joshy Jam. He likes to make incredible rejoins as they both stay on the track, still side by side. And as for Ips, just has to settle off for now. And you don't, from past experience, I can tell you, you don't want to play with Joshy Jam. Joshy Jam is not a force to be reckoned with. As you can see, he's already moving to the inside to cover off the Red Bull. But now, as we go into Eau Rouge, and before we get to Eau Rouge, As for Ips is ahead. And Joshy Jam's lost his end plate on his front wing. I don't know whether he just lost that now, or he lost that in a collision. Even though it's a 3-second penalty, it's Grace Racing we are seeing here. Joshy Jam might just come back on him. Late braking. Joshy Jam goes back, but he's gone wide. And he's off the track. Rejoin. Oh, it's close. Joshy Jam's off. Joshy Jam's got to settle for third. And even with the penalty, he stays third. It's a 3-second penalty though, so Dami's fallen off massively. And he's 10 seconds off. Dami's not gonna... in races like this, we've seen Dami's way off the pack. He gets so demotivated that he retires. Now, I like to remind him, if you retire, you don't get any points. So, maybe don't retire, so you can get the points. That's expert knowledge from me as a former league racer. Hopefully, I'll still be one, maybe after this. But nevertheless, Joshy Jam on the back of As for Ips. Spy 200 though leads the way here at Spa, and this battle has made it though. Spy 200 has a bigger gap in the lead. He has 2 more seconds compared to a few laps ago, and he starts the final lap here at Spa, and it's a well-deserved win when he does it, unless something incredible happens here. But as we go around the bus stop chicane, these two are just starting their final lap now. That's how big the gap is. These two are crossing the line, and Spy 200 is just going up Eau Rouge as we speak. As you go into turn 1, and Dami's got a 10-second penalty for corner cutting. I believe he did cut the final chicane, although it only gained him about 5/10, and he's lost all of that on a straight as well. So with that penalty, Dami's out of contention by a long way. As for Ips, is past Joshy Jam, and Joshy Jam has a 3-second penalty, so he'll finish 4 seconds off as for Ips. But as it stands, Joshy Jam has used a lot of his battery, and Dami's slow in sector 1. I don't know what happened, he must have gone off somewhere. But Joshy Jam has come back. There might just be a last gasp overtake. Although it'll give him the lead on the track, it won't give him the final say in the results. Joshy Jam with 3-second penalty for corner cutting goes a little wide, does as for Rips. Joshy Jam using the curb and you don't use the curb, and Dami's got another 3-second penalty, even though he's lost more than he's actually gained. Lap 11 of 11, then, and as for Rips has gone off, and Joshy Jam a little bit as well, but not as much. But as for the one in front, as for Spy 200, he looks to be absolutely fine. We'll go to him in a moment. Nothing's going to happen here as just the Red Bull goes a little bit wide, but we'll cut to the leader. Spy 200 under pressure, finished P2 in Imola, and he's going to finish P1, his first ever win, the third different winner in 4 races. Spy 200 wins the Belgium Grand Prix, and he gets full points for that. But it's for the battle behind, and Joshy Jam looks like he's too far off. As for Rips, as we go round the final corner, and you can see, as for Rips, will cross the line, he'll finish P2 on the track and in the results. As for Rich P2, Joshy Jam will finish P3, and we have to wait for Dami now, who's going to finish this race in P4. He's off the track again. And he must have done another explosion of anger through that last lap, as it didn't end well for him again. So Joshy will stay P3 as a result. So let's tell you the final results in just a moment. Of course, we've got the podium ceremony. Let's find out who driver of the day was. Driver of the day goes to Spy 200. No surprise there. I believe it's well deserved, his first ever win here in ARL. And of course now it's time for the Parc Fermé celebrations to end round 1. And as you can see, Spy 200 now on the podium, with one Red Bull being his teammate in P3. And he lifts the trophy, and this is going to fare well for Ferrari and the Red Bull in the Constructors' Championships tonight, if it stays this way. Of course, though, Mercedes will be getting a few points as well, because Siren Head has just joined. We'll go through the final results in just a second as the teams celebrate on the podium. And we're not going to go through the results. We'll be back after this break. It's the end. time. It's absolutely drowning in Interlagos. We've got 5 drivers for this one. 2 Ferraris, 2 Red Bulls and a Mercedes. And what an exciting one we have. Spy 200 wants to tell everyone, thank you for the win, Absolute Cinema. Don't know why he's thanking everyone, but nevertheless, it's time for sprint time. 5 laps, 40% points in the championship, and everyone's going to be on those very wet tyres. We'll find out what the starting grid is when we go to our footage, because we're not going to get it until then. You can hear the ticks. It means it's race time. Here we go. We'll quickly go through the starting grid if we can see it. It's Siren, as for tips, Spy, Dammy, Joshy Jam on pole. It's lights out and away we go. It's a tough start for everyone as we go off the line very squiggly. There's spray this time round as Joshy Jam leads into turn 1. And everyone, oh, there's a Red Bull off. The Red Bull though keeping it all right, and Dammy's cut the whole corner off. He's going to get a penalty. No, he's not. Oh, and they're all sliding off. There's a turned round car. It's Siren Head off. Siren Head spun. The Red Bulls are fighting in the background. 3 wide. Oh, it's so close. It's so tight. As Joshy Jam's got away here well. And damn it, as for Ips is spinning on those curves which you can't use in such dramatic conditions. But they're all sliding, going into every corner except from Joshy Jam, who's absolutely sailing out front. I'd love to see what Siren Head would like to say after he got spun into that third corner just after the Senna S's. The Red Bulls are alongside each other. We know they like to scrap a little bit as Darren just decided to drift into the corner and he's into the grass. And as for Ips, we'll get a position on him. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, as for Ips is off. They're both off. Both Red Bulls are off. On the penultimate corner. Or just before the penultimate corner. As we finish lap 1 of 5 here, led by Joshy Jam. Then it's Spy. Then as for Ips, then Dammy and Siren Head, who was spun and is potentially out of contention unless he's in the pit lane. So that's it for Siren Head. He might go for fastest lap because you do still get points for that on a sprint. Oh, and as for Ips is a little bit off there. Spy 200. Oh, and there's more gravel. It's not even gravel, it's car debris. It's floor, but we're on standard damage, so it shouldn't get damage. I wouldn't think so, as the track is absolutely soaking here on lap 2 of 5 in this sprint race. Spy 200 on the back of Joshy Jam, Dammy on the back of As for Ribs, and Siren Head is out of it as he pitted, potentially probably to go for the fastest lap. Purple sector for Spy, but I believe everyone's going to get that because we're on lap 2 of 5. Oh no, it's sector 2, so no. But Spy's 1.5 off the leader. And you can see that spray. It doesn't help if you're a car behind. I would love to give an example if you were a car behind, but just look at the amount of spray coming off those tyres. That's all you need to see. That's how bad it is. And there's a yellow flag in sector 3, and did Dammy spin? He's almost spinning on a straight. He's taken out the DRS sign. Good job we won't need that because there's going to be no DRS. Because it will stay this way for the whole race. Look at that. Look at the amount of rain coming down. That was a great shot. If you ever wanted to get a shot, you get that shot. Because that's absolutely lovely. Siren Head breaking in maybe his fastest lap attempt now. The gap out front's 1.4. We know Spy's a race winner. Joshy Jam wants one. But you don't want to be called the sprint race winner. You don't want to be called the sprint race winner. We want to be known as a Grand Prix winner. But that gap's 1.1. And look at that spray. If this was real life, FIA would be red flagging it. But it's a game. Let's play. It's a game, let's play. Other words, As for Ips, on the back of these two, I think, let's just see what this shot looks like without the leaderboard. because it looked absolutely phenomenal last time we came down the straight. Look at the wet. Look at the rain. And the Ferraris are close. Not close enough. Spy 200 with the fastest lap of a 21.8. That might be replaced with Siren Head. He thinks he's quick enough, and as for Ips, has gone off. And he's off in the grass at turn 1. It looks like he went off in the first part there of the Senna S's, unless he's spun on the outside. He's almost spinning here. He's almost spinning. Well, that's something. And I want to say how the spray's pixelated in the game, and Siren Head does get the fastest lap by about 2/10 from Spy 200. Siren Head's never won a race here. Everyone hasn't won a race here except from Spy. Kieran's won a race, he's not racing tonight. Joshy Jam though does lead the way, and the gap out front's 3/10. Does Spy go for a move there? You don't want to go for a move there because it's too early to go for a move. You want to save it for the straight. We're about to go onto the final lap of the race here in the sprint already. Oh, and he's almost into the back of Joshy Jam. You're watching FG Sport, and if you're enjoying it, make sure to like and subscribe. Spy's almost losing it on the straight. He's not going to get DRS. He might get a slipstream. He might use the battery. He is using overtake, I can tell you that. But he doesn't. He turns it off now. As we go into turn 1. Oh, and did Joshy Jam brake early? They're going to go into the back of each other if they don't be careful. Did Joshy Jam have errors going into there? Because, or did he just brake really early? Because Spy 200 came on the back of him very quickly. Or did Spy brake really late? They're all going to be side by side. Oh, and they make contact. The Ferraris make contact on this final lap. There's dirt flying up into the air. They're still side by side. This is great racing. But it looks like Spy will get the inside. Spy takes the inside line. Joshy Jam wants this win. Yeah, but look at the ERS. We'll have to look at the difference. Oh, Joshy Jam has way more ERS. This is the point where you have to regenerate. If you're Spy, Joshy Jam doesn't have to regenerate. I put it on hot lap ERS immediately. Spy 200 leading by 5/10 on this final lap round the final corner. Dammy and Siren Head are already close together. We'll keep an eye on that, but it's all eyes for the lead of this race. We don't even know who's going to win. Round the final corner, 3/10. Looks like Spy's got a better runaway, unless Joshy Jam can get it back on the straight. He's not going to get him. He's not going to get him. Spy 200 will win it. In the nick of time, Spy wins the sprint by 1/10. What an ending. And Siren Head's on the back of Dammy. Spy 200 wins from Joshy Jam. As for Ips, will come home in P3. It's the battle for P4. Oh, and there's contact, and Dammy's going to go down for a dive bomb. This is horrendous, and Dammy's backwards. Dammy's backwards. Round the final corner, he's not even moving. There might be reports to the FIA. Joshy Jam's the FIA. He's not going to be making any decisions tonight. Of course, it's going to be related to someone higher up. But that's it for Dammy, and Dammy will finish P5. So it's almost the same results. It's the same order for the 4 that raced first. It's not the same, though, for Siren Head. Siren Head didn't race. So everyone's in the right position if you were to take Siren Head out. Siren Head, though, managing to take P4. Driver of the day goes to Spy 200, who made that move on the final lap. Going down into turn 4 at the end of sector 1, and he will take his second win of the night in the short 5-lap race. And there you go. Spy 2 from 2. The question is, can he make it 3 from 3? So final results, Spy, Joshy Jam. As for Ips, then Siren Head and Dammy in P5, just in case you don't get to see the results. But if we don't get to see the results, we'll be straight back to qualifying for the final race of the evening. We are going to get to see them. So Spy 200 wins from P1, then it's Joshy Jam P2. As for Ips P3, Siren Head P4, and Dammy P5. Siren Head got the fastest lap, and Dammy, even though Siren Head pitted, still lost out to Siren Head, and Dammy will be a bit disappointed We'll see you in about a few minutes. We're back for race 3 in qualifying next. Welcome back. It's qualifying time for round 3 of 3 tonight. And some cars are on the track. We've just gone under a minute, but mainly cars are on outlaps only. We race here at Zandvoort, and F2 weather is telling us the most we'll get is light cloud for the session, which is right now, and the sun looks absolutely lovely. There is a car off, and that is Siren Head, but he's going to separate himself from the Red Bull. Dami's there, so that means As for Ips is going to be the first car to be on a lap. And let's get lap data and telemetry on for you. If you're enjoying the stream, make sure to like and subscribe. And we can see Now, Red Bull's beginning the lap, but both Ferraris are just coming out the pit lane. I don't know whether they're going to be troubles. They shouldn't be, because they should be cleared. No, they might not be. As for it's coming around the back corner, and some people know this track well, and let's take you on a guide through it. Turn 1, try not to get wide as Phillips did. Big curb here, then a little left, then quick right, and then into a very banked hairpin. Of course, we saw Daniel Ricciardo here in real life break his wrist, and therefore that maybe ruined his career. Well, he's not going to ruin anyone's career today because we're online, obviously. No one's going to break their wrist unless you've got major force feedback on. It's going to be a purple sector for us because he's the only one to go through it so far. Little bit, get curbed there. You could get curbed, but it didn't. On the inside, too much on the inside. Got grass on his right wheel on the front side, and now there's way more space to be used, and he's in the wall. And as for Ribs, has hit the wall, and that's what happens when you get on the power too early. As for Ribs went on the power too early, and he's got damage, and there is... Oh, Spy's out! Spy is out of the session. And we'll have to see if As for Ribs can get a view of this. Spy's crashed in the bank. Yes, he has. He's crashed in the bank corner. Spy's out of qualifying, and incredibly, he's crashed. Wow. So as for its pits, as Chaos ensures in front of him, Dammy sets the first lap. It's a 13.4, but I'm very certain Siren Head will beat him because Dammy's not being the fastest. But this man, even though he pitted last race, still beat him. Siren Head round the final corner. There's no one else on the lap except from Josh Jam, but that's an out lap. So this is the only man who's going to do it. It's going to be a 1 minute 10.8, and I told you he's going to be way quicker. He's about not even 2.5, 2.7 seconds quicker. No, it's not 2.7, it's 2.6. Oh, Siren Head spun on his in-lap, and that's going to be damage to his front wing, and that's going to delay him coming out of the pit lane. If he wasn't careful, he might have been out of the session. Even though he set a decent time, which he might not finish last because Dammy's racing. I don't know, there's going to be debris for Joshy Jam, maybe in the hairpin. Unless it's cleared. Yes, it's cleared. And it wasn't on the racing line either. Siren Head's slow, but he should be fine, and he's on an in-lap, so it's alright. Joshy Jam, though, won't get close to him. I don't think on this lap. And we'll see what he's like through Sector 2. This is Sector 2 now. The sector point is just before the chicane, which is coming up after this corner, and he's using so much speed into there, which is more than we saw as for Ips, who spun into the wall, and there's a Mercedes stops in the chicane, and there might be something big here. No, he's going to let him through. Oh, and he's racing him. He's racing him. No, he's not. Chaos. You think Siren Head's got picked because he's got no front wing. He still set a decent lap as well. Siren Head will come into the pit lane. Joshy Jam sets a 1:12, and Siren Head's on top by just under 2 seconds. 1.2, sorry. That is the measurement that I have taken. And Siren Head in the pit lane now. Car's coming out, Dammy's coming out. As for Ips is coming out. As for Ips is already out, apologies. And he will start his next lap, so we'll go on board with As for Ips. Now it's not his first attempt, he has no time on the board. It's not his first attempt. His first attempt, he spun it just at the DRS detection point in Sector 2, the first DRS detection point. He spun it there and took his front wing off into the wall, and that's not what, of course, you want to do. So, we'll be making sure he doesn't do that this time as he comes round the bank corner. Uses overtake on the exit, which he is really good to do, and overtake on the straight that separates this and this corner. You can accelerate a lot more than that. As for it, there's a lot of space there to use, and he didn't use it. Use that curb. He's used it a little bit more than he did last time. Now here's the corner he spun at, not this one, it's this one. he got too much on power on the exit and went right into the wall. This time around, he gets on the grass and a little wiggle, but doesn't go into the wall this time around. So he's on his way to set a lap that is better. Fastest for him through Sector 2. I'm very certain it's not faster than Siren Head, because Siren Head is a really tough one to beat, and I can say that from experience. As we go round the final corner, it's a bit banked on the middle of the corner, and then on the exit it catapults you to the finish line. It will slot him in P3. As for Ips with a 12.6, which is quicker than his teammate by 8/10. And Dammy starting his lap, and Dammy just ahead of him on the track, just after the bank corner, in which, as for Ips, he's just coming around now. He's 8/10 quicker on his own lap, and he's got no ERS at all. He's got 16%. That turns into 20 because the hot lap mode, it likes to regenerate a lot more under braking. You see, non, yes, it will regenerate a lot more, but it also regenerates it on the straight, so you don't want to use non, because that is not the fastest way to go. As now, we go through the chicane, no ERS for him. Now you want to use more ERS, you want to use the ERS, Dammy, because you're not going to gain that much. For him, is his personal best through Sector 2, and now, as he goes down the straight, he's saved it all for overtake under DRS. And as he comes across the line, it's going to be only 2/10 quicker, and it's not going to put him up any positions. 4 cars running in qualifying, because Spy 200, who's won 2 of 2 races, crashed at the final corner. And now, there's 3 cars in a little train, and one of them has backed out, and that is Joshy Jam. And for once, I'm going to tell you some things this man has done. He's not one of the best drivers in F1 24 League races. He likes to crash a lot of people out, including me in my past races. He likes to crash a few people out, but he's actually done a very sensible decision of letting other go. But Siren Head, could you say he has something against him? I thought honestly they were going to make contact during qualifying on Joshy Jam's first run, when Siren Head slowed down going into the chicane because the Mercedes was literally stopped on track. He's not now. They've spaced each other. They've spaced so much between the Red Bull, Mercedes and Ferrari now that are currently on track as Joshy Jam comes into the chicane. Dammy comes into the pit, so he's not on a lap. Siren Head will be on a lap, and we'll go on board with him, the current pole sitter. And let's go through a lap. Turn 1 on a little bit of the grass there will not help going through turn 1. A little bit of grass on the tyres. Now as we go through left, right, and then get on the bank. Oh, he was almost just losing it through there, but he's fine on the exit. Siren Head then. Currently P1 as it stands and on the back of Aspherips, who's on an outlap, and will give him a little bit of a slipstream. You can see him, but it will help on the straight and the straights only. Then there's one coming up soon, but that is if Aspherips lets him go. Will he? No, he's not. Aspherips is going to give Siren Head a lovely slipstream, but he's also going to not help because Siren Head's going to give him the dirty air. Aspherips does go off, and Siren Head uses overtake, and through Sector 2 it's quicker. 2 there is a yellow flag as Joshy Jam spun. He's going back. No, he's not. He stopped. Well, nevertheless, Siren Head comes around the final corner. It's proving to be a personal best for him. Coming across the line, he's going to stay P1, and he's going to stay P1 by 3 more tenths. 10.4 for the Mercedes sole driver in this final race. And 7 minutes to go in qualifying. Joshy Jam did stop on his lap. I don't know, why is he going really slow? Is he trying to regenerate ERS? Does he have the fuel? He does. 1.4, which means he will be a very slow in lap. And that won't help considering we have 6. No, he's going to box. Joshy Jam does box. So only 1 car on the track that's currently setting a competitive lap time. And just to check, Oh no, Siren Head will set a competitive lap time because he's got 4 more laps of fuel left in him. Oh, and off went Danny ahead of him, and he will give him a slipstream though. Will Siren Head. DRS might be open, and it will be open because it is qualifying. It doesn't matter whether you're in a second of the car in front or not, and he will box. Now, one thing I recommend for Siren Head to do is lower that fuel. You can do it under Parc Fermé. You can lower the fuel. You should, because 4 laps. And if he does, I see him being in 1 minute 9s. Or 1 minute 10.0. I see him being a lot quicker, as Dammy's the only car on a lap, and we'll go to him. That's not him, that's Joshy Jam. Here's Dammy through sector 1. Now he's 0.022 seconds quicker on his 113.2, which currently has him last of the classified cars in this session by 8 tenths. Of course, by DNFing out of the session after crashing at the final corner. And being F124, there was no red flag safety car, virtual safety car. There's not going to be a safety car or virtual safety car because it's qualifying. I did say lower fuel, Lawrence, so yes, lower fuel, please. Well, I shouldn't really be saying that, I'm a commentator. If he does, though, then I see it being 1 minute 10s. Oh, and Dammy's out! Dammy's crashed! Dammy's crashed at almost the same corner. It is the same corner. Dammy somehow found the inside wall. He must have spun in the gravel. Dammy's out. And it wasn't like he was going to improve anyway. Dammy's out. And I'm just watching a replay now of what happened. So he gets on the exit. And yeah, it's the gravel on the exit there, and he spun him. So there you go. Dammy's out qualifying. And he looked to be out of it for the whole of it either way. Siren Head's just coming out of the pit lane now, and that's him on the inside. He must have lowered the fuel. Let's see if he did. He lowered it by 1 lap. Hold on. I've got to see this. Well, maybe. Let's not go on that a little bit more. As for tips, though. As for tips, whoopsie days, I keep saying tips. Or it could be as for rips. We'll just call him Asfo, maybe. I don't even know. As Siren Head causing that yellow flag, so we don't need to worry about him. As for Ips, is the only one on a flying lap at the moment, and we're going to see him come through sector 2, and he is 7 tenths quicker, which will currently see him overtake Joshy Jam and start this race in P2. Joshy Jam just starting. Sorry. Joshy Jam's just starting his lap now. As a little bit of a squiggly exit, gets the overtake button on, and this finish line is decently close, not closest. 6 tenths quicker, and he does slide into P2 by just 0.012. Straight to Joshy Jam as Siren Head begins his lap, and Joshy Jam's slow by 0.089, but it only needs him to be just a little bit quicker to get him into P2, because that gap between Asfrux and Joshy Jam is so small as it currently stands. As we now go into the chicane with Joshy Jam, he's a tenth quicker on his best time in sector 2, a little bit wide into sector 3. He uses all that curb on the exit of the chicane. You don't really want to use all of it, minor use of it, as now we go round the final corner and straight onto the straight, and he's quicker, and into the 1 minute 11s, and it's an 11.1, and he is very much quicker than as for Rips, who's probably not going to set a quicker lap, considering he's probably going to run out of fuel. Straight over to Siren Head, who I did say lower the fuel. He's a tenth quicker through sector 2. And he does have 1.7 left. I would say he could have done 2 cooldown laps and would have had 1 lap of fuel left. Coming across the line, and it will be, this will be good. Oh, he was so close to the 1 minute 9s, but it's a 1 minute 10.2 for Siren Head. And he does stay on provisional pole, and as it does stand, Joshy Jam's not improving. No, he's a second off. So does he have fuel in the tank? No, he doesn't. So that means I could tell you, ladies and gentlemen, right now, Siren Head's on pole for the Zandvoort Grand Prix, the Dutch Grand Prix. And there you have it, folks. Wasn't really much of a battle. In the end, 8-9 tenths being the difference. And there you have it. And the L5 through sector 3 is Josh's Jam to stop. I don't know why Josh's Jam stopping. He's not gonna... Oh, Josh's Jam has spun! It's an in-lap anyway, so it won't matter. But he spun at the same place Dammy crashed out. His teammate also crashed out of that corner. That final corner is proving absolute chaos for everyone as it stands. Josh's Jam goes into the pit lane now. And Siren Head, I can officially tell you now, with about 30 seconds of qualifying to go, he's going to send in the pit lane now. He nearly hit the inside wall. He is on pole for the Dutch Grand Prix, and all drivers are going to finish off in the pit lane. They all maybe timed their runs a little bit badly, but nevertheless, let's tell you the pole order now before we even get it. Siren Head starts on pole for the Mercedes, the sole Mercedes racing. Then it's Joshie Joe in the Ferrari, as for Rips in the Red Bull. Then Dammy and Spy 200 will start P4 and P5. Dammy set a lap time, but he crashed out at the final corner, getting on the gravel on the exit. That's the man who's on pole. Siren Head's on pole for the Dutch Grand Prix. And of course it's race 3 of 3 tonight, and it's been a 25% race. So there you go. Those are the results. Siren Head pole, Joshie Jam second, as for its third. Dammy fourth, Spy 200. Starts P5. When we come back, it'll be race time here in the Netherlands. So here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. It's race time. It's the Dutch Grand Prix. So welcome to the Netherlands, and it's the final race tonight. And it's set to be an interesting one, to say the least. Siren Head, let's go through the starting grid then. The Red Bull do have P3 and 4, and the Ferraris have P2 and P5. But it's this man who's on his own tonight. Siren Head, the sole Mercedes driver, will start on pole, and he looks like he wants to get on with it, considering how he's going, and he's warming up everything by putting the brake on at the same time. So Siren Head's on pole. Then we move down to the first of the Ferrari, starting in P2, Joshie Jam, FIA member turned driver. Of course, he's not making any FIA decisions tonight. And as for Rips and Dammy have been disqualified from the formation lap, they must have made contact. So they start P3 and P4, and teammates already making contact already. It's going to stay dry throughout, so those race strategies mean it all. Start on the softs, pit on lap 9 to 17 for the mediums. That's what they're saying is, oh, Spy's gone off on the formation lap. He might be getting a bit of flashbacks to qualifying after he crashed out there. And he will start last on the grid as a result. But it'll be this man who's, on my camera, absolutely going 75 degrees every time he weaves. And there's two cars on the grids, and they are both Red Bulls, and Siren Head will have his position reset because that was way too quick. Joshy Jam's going slowly. His teammate don't have to worry about the Red Bulls. Joshy Jam does. Didn't make contact, and he will have a jump. On Siren Head, the lights. Here we go, it's the Dutch Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go for race 3 of 3 this evening. And already the Ferrari of Joshy Jam takes the lead, and the Red Bulls have made contact, and the Red Bulls have crashed at turn 1. Disaster for Dammy and as for Ips. But Siren Head on the back of Joshy Jam, and they've crashed into the chicane. There's chaos. It's not even a chicane, it's a hairpin. We've got a virtual safety car as there's absolute chaos. There's debris everywhere. Maybe everyone's, except from Spy 200, who's gone last to first on the opening lap, has got a front wing. Siren Head doesn't. Joshy Jam, does he have, Siren Head does. No one has an end plate. As for Rips, does he have an end plate? Oh no, he has a full front wing. And Dammy, I don't even think Dammy has a front wing. Dammy doesn't even have a front wing. Take back to the race strategies. You can either pick for between lap 9 and 17 for the mediums, or for the hard. We'll let you know when this virtual safety car does go in. It goes in now, and there's contact again, and the Ferrari's off, and it's caused by the Mercedes. As we go now, Spy 200 leads comfortably, and there's another virtual safety car, because there's more debris on the track. No one's got front wing. All this contact. As for Ips and Joshy Jam made contact. This is incredible. Oh, they made contact again. They're colliding on the safety car, and they're all going to go into the pit lane. Oh, they made contact again on the way to the pits. And the thing is, Siren Head, 10-second penalty. And Dammy's got one for speed in the pit lane. So we'll keep an eye on those penalties for you. On replacing the front wing on Siren Head, so that's going to feel like an age. The Ferrari's off ahead of him. Oh, and that would have been an unsafe release in real life, but just okay for now. So Spy 200 has gone from last to first, and the only man that can stop him is as for Rips, who's not the worst man to say that he could stop him. Of course, they've got to all pit. They've pitted under the virtual safety car. There's still this virtual safety car out. Oh, and Siren nearly spun it. And Dammy's through. Dammy's going to have to get the position, and there's contact again. No one wants to leave cleanly, and Spy's got a drive-through penalty for speeding under virtual safety car. That's Spy's race over. I take it now. Use the RS, Spy. Come on. He's got a drive-through. He's also got a pit. He's on that soft tyre. Dammy and Siren Head, they're making contact. Dammy's almost off, and Dammy was almost lifted off. This is chaos. As for Ips, does cross the line, and the Ferrari Spy 200's in the pit lane. But these three are still racing, and Dammy's hit the back of him, and they've both spun. This is incredible. Siren Head's retired. He's furious. Dammy's still going, and there's not even a penalty for that. Wow. So there won't be a virtual safety car because he's retired of his own accord. As for Rip, still leads. Spy's only 13 seconds off because it's just a drive through. But that opening laps of absolute chaos. And there's nothing much to say then. Wow. They were all crashing into each other. And there was going to be someone who got angry, and that person who got angry was Siren Head. And he's probably furious. The man who started on pole, they get 5 points for that. But he will be furious that driving standards are like that, and it's times like this where you don't really see them ever again. But I've got to say, Dammy has initiated that. I don't know. As for Rip's fastest lap, it was 15.5, and was on the grass there, looking a bit twitchy. Spy 200 will want to gain this win back, using the overtake down the straight. Not fast, that's because he did drive through. But this has been absolute chaos. To start off this Dutch Grand Prix, and Joshy Jam's got the fastest lap. On the medium tyres as well. As for Rips, he is on the softs. So that's a statement made. As for Ips and Spy have both got to pit, which means Joshy Jam and Dammy, maybe not Dammy, I don't know. If Dammy doesn't hurry up, they won't inherit it. But they'll inherit first and second on the track. Dammy still, though, has a 10-second time penalty, which of course will be added onto the time at the end of the race. If he doesn't pit again, though, it will be... Has he lost a front wing? No. No, he has lost an end plate. That's probably with a siren head collision. And I imagine Lawrence will not be happy about that. And we're on lap 5 of 18. If you're enjoying the stream, and if you haven't already, it would be the point in real life where David Croft would be saying, press the red button and the interactive button for the onboards and race control and the battle channel. But I'd say hit the red button and subscribe to FD Sport. We're trying to get to a big 400. We're on 384. So let's see if we can. On lap 5 of 18 then. Here in the Netherlands. And this race has been so great, I've got a lump in my throat. As you might hear already as Dammy goes off again. And these cars are just spread out between each other. And what a start to this race. We're not going to get a good all-round race because of what's happened. We've got 4 cars now and they're all spread out. You can look on the track map, there's one coming around the final corner, there's one in the chicane, there's one on a straight, there's another one coming around sector 2. They're all very much spread out. And that's what you get with big collisions from lap 1. We'll love to see when Astro Rips and Spy 200 pit. We're watching Spy 200 now. He was the race leader until that drive-through penalty, but he has been gaining on Astro Rips. And interesting stuff here from the ARL. We'll be back here next Saturday with 3 more races, and I can tell you those races will be live from coming up very shortly. Here we go. Look on the calendar. The next 3 races are at Monza, Miami, and Saudi Arabia. And while they're spread out, we'll tell you about the characteristics of each track, because we don't get much time to talk about it before qualifying begins. Monza, speed tempo, absolutely fast. We've seen the fastest lap in F1 history in terms of speed be there. Brazil, that's today, apologies. Miami sprint. It's 5-lap race as Spy 200 pits, as Fro Rips hasn't. So watch this. Oh no, he has. He has. It just didn't show it on the leaderboard. As stuck. As we go into the pit now with as Fro Rips. And he comes out of the pit lane and he will be ahead of... No, he will be behind of Joshy Jam. Dammy is so far off he's about to get lapped. Or is he lapped already? No, he's there. He's not lapped. And Joshy Jam is on the back of Asfo Rips all of a sudden as well. After the box by Asfo Rips. And let's continue with the racing commentary and stop talking about track characteristics, because we might have a battle on our hands here, and it's one for the lead of the race. As for Rips, who did start off oh, they almost made contact, sorry. And as for Rips, he's going to back out. Did he back out because you get the DRS here? Is that a strategic move? Because fair play to him if it is. Oh, around the outside and almost made contact. As for Rips nearly into the gravel, he had to turn a full 90 degrees to stop that. And that will not help. 7/10 will get DRS though on this, through this bank corner. And here we go. Overtake button on as he reaches big speeds of 320 kilometers per hour into turn 1. Oh, it's not going to be there. The move is not done. And Joshy Jam holds on to first for now. Unless, no, oh, he's off. As for Rips is off. What's he doing? Why is he doing that? He was really slow. Especially when rejoining the track. Which is not what you need when you are fighting for the lead. And as a result, he went off. And as for Rips, he's going to stay P2, and there you have it. That's probably the racing action done, unless Spy 200, which he probably will, you know. I think Spy 200 will make it Ferrari 1-2. It's not the first. These two Ferraris and Red Bulls were battling out in Belgium, and that's how it happened, the first race. And did see that on the bottom. Selly's left the session, and if he's watching the stream, you can watch the stream now because you're not spectating. We are just about halfway through this race. We're not halfway through because we're on lap 9 of 18 and we've not done 9, so we'll wait for this lap to finish. Everyone's boxed already before the halfway stage, so it's more conserving your tyres now, which is relatively easy to do. This was the point where they say we should box. We must have boxed really early, which had kept As for Rips and Spy in this. As for Rips is on the back now, and there's almost contact, and As for Rips may argue that he was barged off by Spy 200, and Spy 200 has to settle for second place now, unless he can get a move on Josh Jam and that gap out front. It's 4.6. If I was Josh Jam, I'd drop back a little bit to give Spy 200 a little bit of DRS, but it doesn't matter now because the gap's 1.3 seconds. And there you have it. That might be the racing action for the rest of the race. So that's halfway stage done. Is Joshy Jam crosses the line, and we'll go on board with As for Rips is pitting for a front wing change. He'll come out ahead of Dammy because Dammy's way off, and he's gone on to the mediums. Do you think Spy's gonna pit? Spy's on the mediums, and Spy's actually gained on Joshy Jam. Let's just be aware of that. Let's just be aware of that. Let's talk about what the drivers have been saying after every race then, as there's a little bit of smoke. And it's from Joshy Jam ahead, who's actually slowing here. So we'll quickly talk about this. What was I going to say? Oh yes, here's what's happening. As for Rips was sorry about Joshy Jam's incident in Belgium. Joshy Jam was being told he was drifting by As for Rips. And everyone was saying about Brazil, it was hard to say the least, and of course it was in very wet conditions. It's the wettest it can be, and as a result, there you have it. And all complaining about that. A little bit of a game by Joshy Jam at the start of this 11th of 18th laps. And interesting stuff to say the least. Lap 11 of 18, and oh, Spy's gone off. Spy went off, and Spy's still off, and Spy's in the gravel. Yellow flag sector 2, and that might be Spy's race done. Spy went off into the gravel, and I'm going to see what he did there because you can get replay of it, not on the stream, but I can see it. And what did he do? Got on the curb and just went on the grass, and then just decided, yeah, we'll stay on the grass, and then went into the gravel. Oh, and Spy's hit the wall, and about to say, I thought he retired then, but that's Sally Head leaving the session. He must have been spectating for a long time. And Spy 200 is currently in second place, and Joshy Jam currently leading this Grand Prix by 6.8 seconds though. If Spy has damage... Oh, Joshy Jam's... Is Joshy Jam slow to have a battle? Well, from the commentators, I'd love to thank him, because that will help my job a lot easier. 2.2 is the gap. I don't think Spy have damage. If Joshy Jam slows down, he's going to regret it if he loses this race. Was that being cheeky? Was that being nice? I don't know. Lap 12 of 18. Round the corner we go on the exit. And, oh, there's a car stopped and it's Dami in the wall. And he's lost a front wing. No, he's not. He's lost an end plate and there's a leader behind him. It's Joshy Jam. He's going to have to move. Oh, and the Spy's going to go down the inside. They've almost made contact. We are racing here. The Dutch GP. Here we go, finally. Lapped car of Dami, though, coming up. Could he spice up this race? Because he's definitely spiced up in the early parts of this race, and Sirenhead can definitely agree with that. If he's still listening, because I can tell he was listening before. If he is, then please jump in on this. Lap 13 of 18. And overhead shot of Spy 200 on the helicam. And this is great. No leaderboard. We don't even need a leaderboard. This shot just tells the whole story. The Ferraris together again. Round the final corner. Here we go. DRS. Overtake ERS as well, but it's not going to be enough to get Joshy Jam before turn 1, and Dami's going to make it easier for Joshy Jam, because Joshy Jam will have had DRS. Dami's not moving. Dami, I don't think's had a blue flag either. We've got 4 laps of racing here. Dami's not going to move. Is the blue flags out? They're not. I can't see blue flashing lights. Oh, and he's making Joshy Jam go off, and there you go, 10-second penalty, well deserved for ignoring the blue flag. Made it a bit interesting. But here we go. 5/10 is the difference. DRS, ERS at use here. Down as we go into the chicane. Oh, and he's close. Oh, he's going to get the inside. Joshy Jam left the door open. He left the door way too open. They're close. They can make contact again. Final corner. Oh, it's close. Now this is where Spy crashed out in qualifying. He won't do it this time round. But Joshy Jam with the RS and the DRS, maybe a little bit off the track as well, gets the move done. Gets the move done, he does. And Spy nearly went into the back of him there, trying to get the position back. We're still racing. As it stands, it will stay a Ferrari 1-2. It should, because as for Ips, it's 15 seconds off, unless they battle so much. But we'll have to see. Now as we go up and into a very fast sweeping corner, will we get it? No, we won't. We won't get any more racing maybe until this straight. The gap's 9/10, so he's got to get and stay within DRS. He will. And Spy will get DRS on Joshy Jam. Joshy Jam going off there and locking up. He loves these anti-lock brakes, and Spy cutting the corner a little bit too much in the gravel. We got a yellow flag, and that's for the Red Bull, but he's way off. Right in the final corner comes Joshy Jam, and he's weaving. Is he taunting his teammate? Because I wouldn't do that. And if I was Spy, I'd regenerate energy. I'd regenerate a lot of energy now. He's on that medium ERS. You don't get DRS until sector 2 now, so I'd go on none for a bit. Not on this part, because it's a little bit of a straight. Yellow flag, and that is Dammy. Round the final corner. Lap 16 of 18, we've got 3 to go. Here at the Dutch Grand Prix. Race 3 of 3 here tonight. And there is a car off, and that is Dammy. And I think Dammy's just giving up with this race totally. Because he's off. Is he doing dirt? He's disqualified. Dammy's disqualified from the session for going the wrong way. And because of his disqualification, he's not getting any points. It's a bit of a silly decision. And this means Siren Head moves up to P4. Even though he's retired, he'll get no points. But, positions count, I guess. So, lap 16 of 18 becomes 17 of 18. As Spy crosses the line. And that's as for Ips. And it looked quite quick there. Sounded quick. It's the different engine noises. But the gap's gone to 2 seconds. And as it stands, for the first time ever, an FIA member in this league will win a race. And that FIA member will be Joshy Jam, and that's something the feats of me of being able to not recreate at all. I've never actually won an online league race, but we're experienced enough to know how to do it. And Spy 200, currently P2. 3.8 seconds off, so he's lost time. And we will start the final lap. Asfrips is behind, but he won't get it, and Dammy's left. Didn't matter anyway, because he was disqualified. But Joshy Jam, round the final corner, we'll start this final lap. And we are watching as this man, who has been in countless, and I'll repeat that, countless races, might just win his first if he doesn't crash there. He's celebrating already. Is Spy losing it? He's trying so hard, Spy. It would have been a great feat for him if he started last and went first. It's still on. It's still on. Maybe if Joshy Jam's a little bit cocky and slows down. Oh, he went off. He went off. Joshy Jam spun. And he sold. He has sold. Joshy Jam has sold this race and spun. I cannot believe that. I cannot believe that, to say the very least. I was about to say Joshy Jam could be very cocky and slow down like he did earlier on this race. Maybe that's come back to bite him. He spins on the last lap. That will not help him, and he ruins that race. He is sold out, and like they say in WWE, you sold out, Joshy Jam. As we go round the final corner, Spy, for the last time tonight, he will win here in the Netherlands. And I'm very certain he should be very proud of that. 3 from 3 this evening. Joshy Jam sold. He will finish P2, and that'll do it for racing tonight. So Spy 200 will finish there. That will be it. He does get driver of the day. Started P5, so nonetheless it's well deserved. And that will be it for the action tonight. And the Ferrari fans will be celebrating, and that will really help them in the Constructors' Championship. Let's go through the results. Spy finished first, then Joshy Jam second, but got the fastest lap. And it will result in 3 points for getting the fastest lap. As for Rips, finishes P3. Siren Head retired after collision with Dammy, and Dammy was disqualified for going the wrong way after he decided just to give up. That's it from us, FT Sport, and that'll do it for us. From us here at FT Sport, enjoy the rest of your evening, Good night.